Sitting with us once again on RezX, Mr. Wavell Starr. Welcome.
Cadmus, how you doing, Cadmus?
Good. Wavell is a member of the Star Blanket Cree Nation, a wrestler, father, has a full-time job, has many roles in life. So thanks for sitting us with Wavell. So Wavell, tell us who Wavell Starr is. Where's Wavell today in your wrestling?
Well, I guess I always wanted to be a professional wrestler since I was a young boy. My first show I went to was at the Regina Exhibition Auditorium. It was Stampede Wrestling, and I went with my kokum and my mushroom and my dad and a couple of my cousins, and it was just something that was out of this world and totally captivated me right from the moment I was there. And it wasn't just the action that was happening within the arena or in the ring. I was trying to peek behind the curtains. I would sneak down and try touch the ring and see what the ring was made of and that kind of stuff. So I've always been super fascinated with professional wrestling. So I knew it was my goal that when I got older, I was eventually going to try my hand at it. I wrestled my very first match as Donnie Mac because I wasn't sure if I was going to be good at it, and I didn't want to embarrass any of my First Nation people if I was a flunky at it. So I wrestled it under sort of a fake name for the first couple of matches, and then after my second match, I knew that I could do this, and I was going to stick in it for the long term. Over time, I knew that I eventually wanted to try and wrestle in a WWE ring. I guess that was my main goal in the earlier years when I was training with Stampede Wrestling. And one time there was a open tryout that WWE put out through Ohio Valley Wrestling, which was their developmental territory at the time. So I applied along with thousands of other people to try and get one of the 50 or so spots they had for the camp. And I was selected, and I was lucky enough to have some sponsorship from back here at home, some of that support that was able to help me cover the expenses to get down there and get my shot. And when I was there, I was super focused. I knew that was my chance to make an impression, and I did. So I was down there for close to a year and got my foot in the door. After a year, I came home. And that's when I started wrestling on WWE shows. I'd get booked, they were called as an extra, I guess. Mm-hmm. So you're not guaranteed that you're going to have a match, but you're there just in case. And I got lucky and had numerous matches actually with the WWE, some on TV. And as I sit back now as a 40-year-old man, I can say that I spent half of my life chasing my dream, and I accomplished it. Nice. As far as where I am now, I still love it. I still love the business. I have other aspirations now than I did 10, 15 years ago. I like to stay involved, and I like to get involved, I guess, in the administration a bit, also in some various coaching roles with the talent, because I feel I can contribute to preserving the integrity of the business by passing on some of that training and those techniques that I learned from traveling.
So now you're playing more of a coach, big brother to new and upcoming wrestlers.
Yes, I'm a player coach. I'm still, like for instance, it just came off the road. We went and did Nelson House, Norway House, Cross Lake, and Wayway Sakapo in Manitoba, up in the First Nations areas. And I guess I was responsible for trying to, putting together the card for the evening, letting the guys know how long to go, and then also being a go-between between the promoter and the talent. Mm-hmm. So sort of a player captain, and I'm very comfortable in that role. And I guess I'll always have a place and a way to be involved in the business that way, because there's going to be a time when I won't be able to do the physical part.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
If someone's sitting there right now watching us and they want to get into wrestling, what are some of the steps that they would have to do to get from sitting in that living room to maybe getting in the ring one day?
I think honestly, it's not for everybody, and it's not for most people. Honestly, there's so much dedication, discipline, and traveling, time away from your families, those types of things that wear a person down, not to mention the physicality. So I guess first and foremost, it's if you have to think about it, like, I don't know if I want to do this, then generally I would advise you to not. Because those of us that get into this and stay for the long term, we know as soon as we get in there and we start rolling around and start training and wrestling our first couple matches, we know that this is for me. I don't have to analyze it, so I'm doing it. But if you are one of those people like I was, like you could have told me don't do it. And I did have numerous people that told me not to do it. It's too dangerous and whatnot. But I mean, I'm my own person. This is my dream. It's my goal, and that's what I was going to do. So for those people, I would recommend first of all to ensure that they're getting in shape. It's hard on your body. It's not natural to be landing on your back, and we do that all the time. And of course, there's the marketability side of it. What promoter? If you want to get work, you have to be marketable to a promoter, and that means you have to have a presence. And it doesn't mean that every guy has to look like a bodybuilder, but every guy has to look something different that the crowd will be interested in watching, that the crowd will be engaged with.
Well, this looks easy. If I brought my right clothes, I would get in here and take you on. But this is all I came.
Did you just say that you would try it?
I would try, but
you don't. But he doesn't have the clothes.
If I had the clothes.
If you have the clothes. I just happen to have some clothes. I'm a wrestler and I always show up with gear. Check it out. Ta-da!
Does this go down here?
Put them on, kid.
Up here. I'm about to take on the First Nation sensation, Mr. Wavell Starr.
No, you're not going to take me on, but I'm going to teach him some stuff.
Okay, sounds good.